and says, I'm going to give you a hope and a future and courage to know that you're more than a conqueror through Christ. The world might look at you and say there's nothing there worth finding. Jesus looks at you and says, I'll give everything I have if I can just spend my life with you. You were the treasure he came looking for. And what's even more astounding, I mean, it's like the Kentucky farmer. He finds one coin. Could you imagine? He goes, hey, there's one. Wait, there's two. 800 coins later. Probably wondering what he's going to tell his wife. We found 150 coins. I'm kidding. He wouldn't do that. What's more astounding is that this parable says that when he found the treasure, he purchased it with joy. I'm so thankful that Jesus doesn't remind me of how bad I was when he found me. I'm so thankful that when I come into his presence, he doesn't go, oh, it's you again? What'd you do this time? He knew me and he loved me. He knew all that there was to know. And he gave what it took to buy my soul. And he did it with joy. Hebrews chapter 12 and verse 2 says, looking unto Jesus, the author and the finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him, say that with me, who for the joy that was set before him, he endured the cross, he despised the shame, and he's seated at the right hand of the throne of God. Now here's the powerful truth you need to see. The joy that was set before him was not being seated at the right hand of God. He had that position without us. The joy that was set before him was the opportunity to spend eternity with you. Philippians chapter 2, we read it earlier, that Jesus Christ humbled himself to the point of death. But look at verses 5 through 7, and it'll tell you where Jesus was before he humbled himself. In verse 6, it says, being in the form of God, he did not consider it robbery to be equal with God. He was already sitting in heavenly places right next to God the Father. It's not like he came down here to earth so that he could get a promotion when he got back to heaven. It wasn't like God said, good job, son, now I can trust you with the keys. No, he was already there.
Hallelujah.
And then in verse 7 it says he made himself of no reputation, taking on the form of a bondservant, becoming in the likeness of man. Verse 8, found in the appearance of man, he humbled himself and was obedient even to the point of death, and death on the cross. He didn't do it so that he could get a red badge of courage when he got back to heaven. He did it so that by his blood he could buy you, and he could buy you, and he could buy you, and he could buy me, so that whenever we breathe our last breath, we get to go to heaven and cry, Abba, Father, to the King above all kings and the Lord above all lords. He paid the price for the field in order for finding the treasure. He was buried, and 3 days later when he rose, he said, all authority in heaven and earth, it belongs to me. What he was saying is, I have purchased the property on both sides of the River Jordan. Not only do I want to walk with you and talk with you and pour out my love and my power and my grace and my mercy on your life while you breathe. When you're done breathing, I'll be there to wipe every tear from your eyes. I'll be there to show you joy that you can't even imagine. I'll be there with the keys to a mansion built by the architects in the ages. I'll be there with a robe of righteousness